Hi, Beck Ann here. Thanks for stopping by my channel, Beck and Sam Crafting. Fun to see what I was up to. Well, today I am going to be doing another Use It or Lose It. I have these old woodblock stamps from 2003. And this particular set I'm showing you with the pocket and the frog is called Pocket of Fun. No, Pocket Fun. And I love this stamp set, and so I thought I would give it some inky love today and bring you along on my Use It or Lose It. And I also have these stamps that I haven't used in a very long time. I believe they're from 1997, and I want to use a couple of these too in my crafting today. So I'm going to be getting started with this, and I am using the hashtag woodblockfun. And I hope that when you pull out some of your wood block stamps, you will use that hashtag too. Now, here is another set that I don't use near enough called Loving Thoughts because they're sentiments on wood blocks, you guys. And sometimes you never get it straight. When I mounted these, I didn't realize how hard it is to use them sometimes because let's face it, when you've got words on a woodblock, it is really hard to know if you have it straight enough. Now, I'm showing you that with Stampin' Up stamps, many times you can just pull them right back off because they were mounted and you did it yourself. Remember, you had to cut them out and do it yourself. Well, that particular set is a little bit newer and they started making them cut out for you, but it really didn't help. So here I am starting my first card. I have those little stamps with the frog and the watering can. Now, that came with a set of 3 or 4 stamps, and they're small, and sometimes I'm not sure what to do with those small stamps. Well, that's where Pocket of Fun came in because that daisy I I thought went really well with it, so I thought I would put it as close to the middle as I could and stamp around. Now, that leaf was perfect to fill in, and I'm just showing you a little bit of my coloring here. Now, that that flower up there to the left, you can see that it did not give a perfect image. So I took one of my pens that I believe it's an #03, Micron 03, and just kind of added some lines, and no one's going to notice that it wasn't perfect. Now, I decide to use some of my strips of paper on some of these cards, you guys. This is a great way. I have a bunch of strips of paper, bunches of them. And part of it's from making cards, but also I used to buy packs of paper that were strips when I did a lot of scrapbooking. So I want to use them up. This is a great scrap busting technique to do. Now I wanted to show you 2 ways. You could just use your scissors and cut as close as you can, or you can use your cutter. So I just wanted to show you 2 ways to do it. In the end, I did make it nice and neat with my cutter. So I want you to see that I took that stamp right off the block, and it was easy to put on my stamping platform to stamp it on that strip of paper. So for this first card, it was super easy and came together very fast. Those strips of paper, I did cut some of them down, Actually, yes, I cut the pink gingham and the yellow down the middle, and that made it super simple to create a very fun background. So that's what I did for this card, and I am finishing up card number 1 here, just making a little banner. I did use my banner punch there to create that banner, and I'm just deciding where's the best place to put this. And while I'm doing that, I would love for you to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you like what you're seeing. I have so much fun bringing this creativity to you guys. I hope it encourages you to pull out your old stamps and try something new, or it reminds you of a technique you haven't done in a while and gets you started. So back to the card here. I have some pink enamel dots from Queen and Company that I thought were perfect to add to fill in that little bit of white space, because I did decide to put my little banner up towards the top of my flowers instead of at the bottom. So this is going to finish card number 1. And what do you think? Do you like it? I think it turned out super cute. Card number 2. I went in a completely different direction. I had it in my head, I want to use that branch die because I do not use this set hardly ever. And it's not one I really want to lose because I really like the curve of the branches in this set. So I pulled out this craft cardstock and I thought I would do the vintage brown. And then I realized it definitely needs some green, you guys. So I pull in that little branch and I pulled out 2 different colors of ink and did 2 different greens. One was a garden green color from Stampin' Up, and the other was a mint macaron. I put a circle in the middle. That is a great little trick to use to make sure you're getting a circle. So I take a strip of that gingham and decide to put it across the bottom. I did ink the edges so that it blended better since the cardstock is craft. And I have this branch punch and I stamped that little frog again. This is a great way to, a little small focal point to give it a little elevation. Put some branches behind it. So I took those scraps of paper and made the little branches. Now I then cut some of the branches up and I have this little flower punch and add some of the flowers. That worked out perfect to give this brown some extra color. And, I picked the brown. I maybe should have gone a little lighter because I felt like I needed to ink the edges of my flowers so it blended in. And then I wanted to give them a little bit of extra color. So I go in with some alcohol markers, some pink, and just add some little pink around there. And then I will go back with another color of pink. And then I will take some white gel pen and add some highlights to those little flowers. So here I am gluing it all together. And I really think using this circle in the middle was the way to go so that I got a nice even circle around, because I wasn't using a stamping platform or anything. You can't really do that with your woodblock stamps. So I decided to put those little flowers up on some foam dots so that they stood out just a little bit, and put some gems in the middle of all of them. So this is finishing up card number 2. Now, in the end, you will see I added a few more touches. So I didn't feel it was totally complete at this point. So make sure to stay till the end to see how I elevate this card just a little bit more. So that's going to be card number 2. And I had that little happy birthday chipboard sticker in my stash that I thought was perfect to add right there at the bottom. Now here is my third card. I am showing you this 6x6 Sun Showers by Haiti Grace. I loved that paper so much that I bought it in a 12x12 and kept the branding strips because all of the paper was gone. It had it in with my strips of paper. So I decide to go back to the scrappy background. Now, guess what? I forgot to use the little circle, you guys. Look at my lopsided bush there. It turned into a bush instead of a wreath. Well, I realize that I forgot to put the little circle to help me, and so I decide to go into a different direction. I cut it out with a Sizzix flower die, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't sure. I almost started over and thought, no, I want you to see the process and how you can make something that you're not in love with, something that you can love. So I am going back and forth with that cute little frog that's now a flower frog. And I'm just, trying out some paper behind it. But I realize that's a pretty busy background for this frog. And I pull in a background that I already had pre-cut. I had a bunch of these pre-cut backgrounds that had designs on one side, and you'll see when I glue it down. But they were purchased this way. So I thought perfect time to use one of them to knock back some of the busy color. But it is a really cute background with those branding strips, and I'm glad I didn't throw them out. So I tilt it to the side, and I am so glad that I did not give up on this little frog, even if I did turn a bush from my wreath. So I go ahead and stamped Wonderful You, because I think this could be a thank you card or a birthday card or a thinking of you card. So I like that sentiment because it gives you options. So since I had a bush instead of a wreath, I thought that was the perfect place to put it. And I have this little flower punch, and I thought it would be great to embellish the card with some of those little bitty flowers. And you'll see that I put them around in different places. So this is going to be card number 3, and I just had some pink and crystal gems that I added. I am really glad I did not give up on that card, you guys. So card number 4. I started thinking I was done and thought, no, I want to show you one more option. So I had watercolored a panel of paper with 2 colors of pink. And it's really fun to make watercolored backgrounds. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth here. I already had that. I was doing another project that I had made those for, and I didn't use that one. And that was a frame I had in my stash for a really long time that was pre-cut. So making the green and gingham background, I was having so much fun creating those backgrounds. I wanted to do another one, and this came together so fast because I already had that little green bow. I keep a container with all my little leftovers, and I'm so glad I did because this ends up being a really cute card. What do you think? I fussy cut that little frog out. I had some greenery in my stash that worked perfect. So everything but the frog was things that were in my stash and the little flower punch. So here's card number 3 again. And I'm really glad I didn't give up on it. And here's card number 4. This is the card that's not like the others. And there I did. I added those blue gems to the little flowers, and I added some gel pen highlights to the leaves. Do you like that addition? And there is card number 1 again. So I am so glad that you have stayed till the end. And I will remember, this is Woodblock Fun, hashtag Woodblock Fun. I would love for you to play along with me. And I will be coming out with other videos along the way, but I will be having some new projects soon too. I am going to get to be part of a design team that starts in April, so I'm looking forward to that. Well, until next time, I hope you are having a great crafty day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.